Good morning, Tahmina Khan is here in TK Maths is Fun. In today's video, we will learn the concept of linear law, which is a part of the syllabus of Maths O-level. You can see my website address and my blog address. For more videos, you can refer it. I have put up checklist, exam preparation checklist, guidelines and other things also over here. So let's begin with linear law. According to the CAIE syllabus, there is one line there, and it covers basically two concepts I would say rather. Okay, converting from linear form, sorry for spelling, linear form to non-linear form, and then converting from a non-linear equation to linear form, right? Now, what is a linear law? We will just see in a while. And there are three types of questions which will come around these two concepts. So our focus will be on those. Number one thing, you need to recall these formulas for exponential equation and logarithmic equation, because these will be applied in the linear law questions, not in every question, but in some questions. So linear law is basically the line equation which you have learned before in coordinate geometry, y is equals to mx plus c. This is called a linear law, right? So what is new in this? That we will see. So linear law is also called the lines of best fit, line of best fit. Now, line of best fit means when you are plotting it, all points may not be lying on the line. Some will be very close to the line. We will see that. And you have to put a line in a manner which is very close to most of the point. If any point is far away, we may call it incorrect point, and the question comes around it as well. So points do not fit on the line should be more or less compared to those which are on the line. If you see here, this is what written here, y, x, y square, x, y, x square, lgy, lgx. So in linear law, we will learn one thing, that our y-axis will not always be just y. It may be lgy y-axis, it may be y square axis. So it will be different. And why and how, we will see it in a while. Now, just for the example, suppose you have to put a line, and suppose some student try to just join these 3 points and they draw the line. So their line will be something like this. So this is not right. You have to put a line in a manner which covers most of the point, right? Now this seems very good, right? Because most of the point, and this is very close to it. Similarly, Similarly, if I take another example here, for example here, you can see most of the points are on the line. So when you will plot it, you will make a line which covers most of the point on the line. Now this is what I was talking about, that your y-axis will not just be y in linear law. It could be any variable, right, which are in the equation. And we will see those also. So here I may have y square, I may have x square, I may have x over y, I may have lgx, l and y, whatever, any variable, right? Similarly, here I can have anything, x plus y, x square, y square upon x, lgx, lgy. Depends when you will arrange your non-linear equation into linear form, what comes here. That will be your y-axis. What comes here, that will be your x-axis. If you notice on the linear law, there are 3 terms. One term is only variable, the other has constant and variable, and the third one is only constant, right? Now, let's see. This is a quadratic equation. If I plot it on the points whatever are given to me in the graph, and if I plot it, for example, points are given to you here, right? And you plot it, you will get this quadratic curve. But when you will change this curve and transform this into linear form here, then this is my capital Y, this is my capital X. So my y-axis is y and my x-axis is x square now. And definitely you will make a new table for that, right? So the new table you will get using the points which will be given to you, you will plot it and you will get a straight line. And you will say y is plotted against x square, right? We will see more example of this type. So we have seen that y is equals to mx plus c is a linear form of the equation. And we have seen what is the meaning of y, x, m, and c. Right. So this I have already explained to you, and we will see its application now. So suppose this non-linear equation is given to you and you have to change it into linear form, into this form. So there are two ways to do it. Now, let me tell you here, it is not unique always. Unique means everybody get the same answer. So you may get different, but those values which will be used may produce the same result, right? They will produce the same result. So the point here is how to change them into non-linear form. Suppose person A thinks like this and person B thinks like this. So what person A is thinking, that I will cross multiply. And when he cross multiplies, he get xy is equals to a plus bx. Now if you compare here, this is your capital Y, this is your M, this is your capital X, and this is C. So you can change the places and you can rewrite it as xy is equals to bx plus c. So you can say xy is plotted against x. A is my intercept, xy intercept, and my b is my gradient. Whereas the other person B thought that I will split or x under each term here, and he will get this one. He is also right, because the meaning of this term is a times 1 over x. It means this is my capital X, this is my M, this is my C, this is my Y. So I am plotting in this form y against 1 over x. So if you will plot it, you will have y here and 1 over x here. In this case, you will have xy on the y-axis and x on the x-axis. Let's take another example. Whenever you have exponential form, remember you have to take log. Remember it. So first of all, let me take this to this side. And now I will take log on both sides. So I will consider this as one term. I hope you know this basic concept of maths. So after taking log on both sides, I will apply product rule and then power law. Remember I said you need to revise your log rules. So you see application here. So now you get this. So this is perfect. This is your capital Y. This is your C. This is your M. And this is your X. So if I rewrite it, Y is equals to mx plus C. And I can say LGY minus 4 is plotted against X. LGB is my gradient. So you can interpret it accordingly. Let's see this example. Again, exponential equation. I just told you the moment you will see exponential, you will apply log on both sides or ln. Depends. Like if you have e here, better to take ln because ln is 1. It makes things simple. Otherwise, both ways it is right. So after taking LG on both sides, I usually write LG. LG mean log base 10. So if I take LG on both sides, same thing I will do, apply product rule and then power law. So this side I will have LGP plus LGX square. When I will apply power law here, it will be 2LGX, which is written here. So if I see here, sorry, it's LGY. So I can see that I have gotten y-axis is LGY. This is totally constant, so this is my intercept. This is gradient and this is x-intercept, because this term has a variable and a constant, right? This is how you recognize it. So I can say I'm plotting LGY against LGX. I hope it makes sense to you, because these type of questions are just for the interpretation. Ask you what is plotted against what will be your gradient, what will be your intercept. So LGP will be LGY intercept. Second type of question is where they give you graph and you have to answer the question based on this and the equation related to it. This is a linear law form, right? And this is non-linear equation. So basically this non-linear equation was converted into xy against x square, and then this graph was plotted. So you have to manipulate with them and to find the value of a and b, right? You cannot just substitute these values in place of x and y here, which is the mistake made by sometimes from a student. Just take it as xy, xy, plug in here, solve simultaneously, and get the value of AB. This is not my xy. This is my x square, and this is my xy. Depends what do you have here, right? So if I write this equation in the linear form, it is written here, y is equals to mx plus c. My y is xy, m I don't know, x is x square plus c. So let me rearrange this given nonlinear in a form where I can get this. Okay, so we are manipulating it here. First of all, divided by b throughout. Okay, after that multiplying by x, and we got this. You can try it in the copy yourself. It's always better to write it down, because in mathematics you practice, you remember. You just listen, you forget. Now, so I got xy plotted against x squared, which is a perfect form. Now my gradient is 1 over b, and my intercept is a over b. Now to find out the value of a and b, I can apply gradient formula on it, on these two given points, because this is linear law and this is also linear law. And whatever the answer I will get from here, I will put it equals to b, right? So let's see on the next one. Here they applied gradient, they got 5. So it means 1 over b is equals to 5, because my gradient was 1 over b. Now how I will find this a over b, which is my c, intercept, right? Now in place of xy and x square, I can plug in any point, right? Because this is x square, this is xy. This is x square, this is xy. So I can write here, suppose if I'm taking this point, I will write here 35. I will write here 1. Gradient I have just found, 1 over, what was it? It was 1 over 5. I can write 1 over 5 and I will get my c. So let's do it. They have done it here. So they found c. Now c is actually equals to a over b, and b you have just found. So now you have c, you have b, substitute the values in it and get the value of a. This is how you do or handle these type of questions. In this video, I have taken one example of each type, right? The link of the video which I'm attaching in the description, because I've already made a very detailed video, I think last year for my students who especially requested, and I took many examples in that, and those are challenging equations. So if you want to learn more or want to have more experience, you can click the link in the description and you will have more example. And the pace of those videos is also very slow, because a student requested, especially, please explain slowly. So now this is the last type of linear law, in which the experimental values of the nonlinear equation is given to you, of this equation, and you will change it into linear form. And hint is given to you, xy plotted against x square. It means your y-axis is your xy and your x-axis is your x square. Okay, now, and of course you will make a new table for that. It's understood, because this x I will square, I will get x square. When I will multiply them, I will get xy. Let me show you. I have made it here. Here, this is x square, squaring each number, 3 square, 4 square, 5 square. And this xy mean multiply, 1 6 is 6. 2 multiplied by 4.7, 3 multiplied by 5.2. So you will get new values and you will plot these values here, right? And scale is given to you. Please be very careful. Whatever scale is given to you, use that scale. If it is not given, then choices you're depending on the values you get here. But right now scale is given, you draw this scale. Based on that scale, you will draw your line. Now, what is the next question? Draw a line, we did it. Use your graph to find the value of h and k. Now the important thing is, first of all, I have to rearrange this into linear form, so that I know what is my h and what is my k in the linear form. So here we have rearranged this equation and we got this form, xy is equals to hx square plus k over h. So I got my gradient is h and my intercept is k over h. So for the gradient, you have a new table here, right? X square against, sorry, xy against x square. So from this graph, you can pick up any pair to find the gradient, or you can pick up point from the graph you have drawn, right? So you pick up the graph, points from the graph or from here, not from here, right? Not from here, because this is experimental values of the non-linear, and this is actually of linear form. And you will get the gradient, which is 1.233, and it is what? H is 1.233. Why h? Because my h was my gradient. After that, you will read, sorry, from the graph you read this value, whatever it is, that is your intercept value. And from the equation you have rearranged, this is your intercept. So k over h will be equal to that value. So from the graph, the value is 4.5. Now in h, you write down this value, and then you will get your value of k. Now, like I said, I have taken only one example of each type in this video. There are challenging questions solved in the video, link attached below. So please do see it, especially the question of incorrect value, which is very important, is explained in that video. So thank you very much for watching this video. Please press like and subscribe if you have learned something from it, and share it with your friends. Thanks a lot. Take care. Allah Hafiz.